Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Hi guys, my name is Johannes and I specialize in paid social on Facebook and Instagram. And today I'm going to be talking to you about retargeting campaigns and how you can implement some of these things that I'm going to be talking about so that you can create bulletproof campaigns and get some results with really good ROAS, return on ad spend, and of course return on investment on your campaign spending. I'm going to be throwing up some screenshots here of some of the results that I've been providing for my clients so that you know that I know what I'm talking about. So to start it all off, what is retargeting on Facebook and why is it important? So retargeting is a tool on Facebook to help you reach and get in front of traffic that have left your website or people who have engaged with your social posts on Facebook and Instagram. It's designed for companies to reach those users who didn't convert anyway. A better way of explaining this for you is, for example, here. You know, when you have been on your phone and you've been on a website and added something to cart that you didn't purchase right then and there because you might have been disturbed, but you had to do something else, or a family member called you and needed help or anything, you didn't make the purchase. You added it to cart but you didn't make the purchase because you were a little bit disturbed. That is why retargeting is so profitable. Retargeting is a way to reach those people.
How do I reach these kids
who haven't made the purchase then and there, and to remind them, hey, you left something at your cart, come out and fulfill the purchase. So that is basically why retargeting is so important, and it's such a profitable audience to target. So the capital allocation of the campaigns. Capital allocation depends a lot on traffic and the amount of traffic that you get. This can be measured on the amount of data and events that you have on your pixel. So I'm going to be throwing up a screenshot here of what it may seem like. So for example, a very small brand, I would typically allocate 15% of the budget to retargeting, and a very smaller brand I would allocate 20%, and a larger brand 15%, 25%, sorry. And if it's a brand new ad account with no pixel, then don't start with retargeting, you're gonna waste your money on it. Start with building up the pixel and get a lot of data into the pixel to really make the algorithms know which type of customer is your typical and ideal customer that you want to get seen by on Facebook. The ad naming formula structure, here I'm also showing it here. So it's typically a, for example, campaign name, retargeting. If you're doing an ad budget optimization or a campaign budget optimization, I would leave it there. The campaign objective and the country. The ad set, I would do the optimization event, audience targeting, and the date of that. The ad, a short description of the video, and is it an image or video? A short description of the image as well, if it's an image. And then of course the ad copy, which ad copy you're targeting, if it's copy 1, copy 2, copy 3. Audiences that you can target. Well, let's start with website retargeting. All website visitors, 30, 60, 90, 180 days. These are going to be your main retargeting audiences for your bottom of funnel. So these are going to be very profitable if you have a lot of data. View content, add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, 180 days. And then of course you would typically do a exclusion, but that would be for upselling, and that way you would target purchase. But these are going to be your main retargeting bottom of funnel audiences where you're really going to see a lot of profit. So platform retargeting is something that is also really important after iOS 14. It's something that Facebook is pushing themselves because they have a lot of more data on the platform than they do outside of it, because all of these people have opted out of tracking. So here it's like Facebook engagement and video views. You can retarget if you had a video view campaign and a lot of people show interest in that, then you can target a 3 seconds of it. People watch 3 seconds, or 25% of the video, 50%, 75% of the video. All of these are really important and are some of the audiences that I see a lot of profitability in as well. So you should definitely start implementing platform retargeting. I can only advise you to do that and recommend it. So customer lists is something also really important. Here you also need to remember to have the approval of your customers, all of the GDPR rules in check. But customer lists such as Shopify purchases, newsletters, other customer lists, you can create amazing lookalike audiences out of these. So be sure to do customer list and get leads on your website for people signing up to a newsletter. That's really important. So let's talk about exclusions. For that is really important in retargeting funnels. Exclusions such as website visitors 30 days or purchase 30 days, excluding people who have purchased. That is so important, else you're going to be irritating a lot of people who have purchased because they might not want to see your ads and you're also losing a lot of money. So be sure to do the right exclusions. If it's add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, or it's the Facebook and Instagram platforms. It of course depends a lot on the product that you are promoting on Facebook. So keep that in mind. Always have exclusions on retargeting, always. So now I can tell you about some of the combinations that I see work great together. This is of course very generalized, so keep that in mind when you're creating your campaigns. So for example, for broad audiences, website visitors 180 days, Facebook and Instagram engagement 365 days, excluding purchase 30 days. So here it's really important to look at the amount of data that you have, because if you have a lot of data, then you would probably like to lower the day range. If you want a really narrow audience, for example, website visitors 30 days, Facebook and Instagram engagement 7 days, that is a really strong audience as well, but works best if you have a lot of data and you're working with a larger brand. An audience that also seems to really work great is add to cart and new content. Of course, excluding purchase. The day range on this audience really depends again on the traffic. If there's more traffic, lower the days. If there's less traffic, more days. It can track backwards. So let's talk about this iOS 14. So some of the fundamental things that I've seen change due to this update. The first point is less data, and this is due to iOS users opting out, and less precise tracking and targeting due to the amount of people not sharing the data anymore. So that is also leading to a lower ROAS. So you need to keep this in mind when you're doing your campaigns, that they're not as profitable as they were in probably February, March, January before that. But they're still very profitable, but not everything is also tracked. So that is why you have to have access on the back end. But I'm going to talk a bit more of that later. And something that has also changed is that narrow audiences are getting outperformed by broader audiences. Facebook is pushing this as well a lot with detailed targeting expansion and lookalike expansion. So keep that in mind when you're doing audiences. You want a lot of data on your ad sets for Facebook to really do the job with the algorithm and find the right people. So things to keep an eye on when you're doing your campaigns. Wider targeting seems to outperform narrow targeting, as I set up with the lookalike audience. Targeting expansion and detailed targeting expansion is soon going to be forced. And this is Facebook's way of telling people to go with broader audiences because they are generally more profitable. Then you also need to be aware with the new update, it has gotten a lot harder to track campaign results, so you're more blind with your ads, how they're performing. Therefore, it's extremely important that you have access to the backend system where you can see if there's sales coming in, so you can see if there's any increases or decreases in there. So thank you for watching, guys. I have made a link in the description to the notes that I have been speaking about today, so you can always keep it with you and use it for making your campaigns even more bulletproof, so you always have something to fall back on when creating your campaigns. And then I've put a link in the description to book a call with me if you want to speak further about your campaigns or targeting and all of these different things. I might be able to help you get the desired results that you're seeking with your campaigns. So thank you very much for watching this video, and bye, guys.